Hey everybody, I'm Cindy Frederick, and I wanted to give you some words of wisdom, I guess, as we enter week 3 of this break. And I think right now, probably the mentality that is at your house as it is at mine is how much longer? How much longer will this go on? When can we get back to normal? When can we get back to our friends? Um, and that's a really frustrating question because there's no definitive answer to that right now. And I think projecting into the future is counterintuitive. It takes a lot of energy and uncertainty because we just don't know what it's going to look like 2 weeks from now or a month from now in terms of our day-to-day lives. So I really encourage you to kind of counter that question or that mentality by staying in the moment, staying in the present day as much as possible, and trying not to project forward any more than we can handle. The second thing I want to encourage you to do is to really use some self-compassion right now because this is really tough. There's some beautiful moments to that. And I say that kind of tongue in cheek because I think there's a lot of expectation that time at home should also be over the top magical right now, that we should all be playing Monopoly all night long and dancing in our kitchen. And if that happens, I think that's wonderful. I think there are definitely moments like that to be celebrated at home. But also, just I think that there's a common kind of struggle right now. We are at home working. Our children are working. They're trying to conquer this new way of learning with virtual learning. You're trying to learn that as a parent. And we have children at home who are maybe young enough that need to be entertained and watched 24/7. And then we have older, people in our generation that we're worried about as well. So there's a lot we're handling even in our own microcosm of our homes, not to mention what's going out in the greater world right now with crisis. And so I just want to encourage you that you're doing the best that you can, and the students are doing an amazing job, and the faculty is really, really doing an amazing job from all accounts. And to really take that as a victory and congratulate yourselves with that. And if you start to get frustrated or overwhelmed or anxious, take a step back and really model that for your children because, we tell them that it's okay to take a time out every once in a while when they start to feel like they can't handle things. You as a parent really need to model that for them as well. And I think that maybe the first step is positive self-talk. And I tell the children all the time, how would you talk to a friend? Because a lot of teenagers internalize negative self-talk like, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, nobody likes me, I can't do that, I can't handle that. And that's really debilitating. And so what's interesting is that I say, would you ever tell a friend that? And of course they immediately say, no, of course not. I would never tell a friend that they're fat or they're ugly or they're stupid. But yet we do it to ourselves. And so when you start to feel overwhelmed or anxious, imagine yourself giving a pep talk to a friend and then internalizing that toward you. And know that you are doing the best that you can, and that done is better than perfect right now. It's not a time to kind of expand expectations, but really to lower them and just try to mitigate what absolutely needs to be done and get that done. And if it doesn't get done today, then it'll get done tomorrow, and that's okay too. So self-compassion, I can't stress enough, is really important right now. And on my newsletter, I added a lot of things for coping with stress and anxiety. I think that you know better than anybody what works for you. So again, I really stress that you make a list of that and kind of stick to it. Circle and schedule what is going to give you some joy for that day, and make sure that you implement it and that our students, your children see you doing that, because they, I think, will understand that we're all in this together and that there's a common humanity right now, and that even the small things like making the household a positive, calm place is something that we're doing for the civic good. We're using our strengths and our skills in order to help the greater good right now. And even if that means staying at home, then that's what we're doing. And so, we're all in this together, and I think that there's some peace in that. So stay healthy and stay well, and I'll see you next time.